Hello, welcome to Violet Shadow Tarot. Today we are doing a general reading for the sign of Taurus. I will start out with some oracles and then move into the tarot to get messages that need to come through for the Taurus community here. What do we need to see for Taurus? What do we need to see for Taurus? The Serpent, rebirth, nonconformity, new approaches, and unconventionality. All right, Taurus, let's see where this is going. What else does Taurus need to see? Taurus. First quarter moon in Leo, be humble. Okay. And what else do we have? Taurus. 2. Okay. The bear and the cedar, leadership. And then the otter and the cattail, peace. Okay, Taurus. So what I'm seeing here, there's strong energy coming through, but there's also playful energy coming through. You see in these two cards. The serpent is also here, and that's a very strong energy. It can be a very strong energy. Doesn't have to be something negative. But what I think I'm getting here is there's something that has affected you in a way that there were changes. I mean, that's a very, very broad thing to say. But there's something that has affected you in a way that there's changes. And it's affected you in a way where you've kind of stepped into a different sort of energy for yourself, or it pushed you in the way to have to do that. Big energy here showing up for you. You're like you coming in, your energy being strong. And some sort of situation has pushed you forward into that sort of energy. So we'll go ahead and we'll look into the tarot to see kind of like what happened or what that means for you. Let's go ahead and pull. Let me use this deck. So we are looking for Taurus. We'll pull past energies first. So Taurus past energy. Ooh. All right, the Page of Swords in reverse. Taurus past energy for Taurus. 4 of Wands in reverse and the Wheel in reverse. Okay, again, it does look like something pushed you in the direction of having to kind of step up in a way, more so for yourself, that maybe you haven't had to do in the past. So we have the Page of Swords in reverse, the 4 of Wands in reverse, and then the Wheel here. And the Wheel can talk about cycles changing and well, changes, and the way that kind of works. With the Page of Swords in reverse and the 4 of Wands, there was something that there was some sort of imbalance going on in a situation, and you could have been dealing with somebody who was mentally immature, talking about the Page of Swords. You could have been dealing with a situation that kind of was, you felt a little bit manipulated, or there's some sort of devious sort of energy around it, where it could be, again, an imbalance, but like a mismatched sort of thing, to where like on the surface and then deep, it's two different things. It didn't make sense. So it kind of forced you to have to go into a direction of, and it may have even manipulated you into going to a direction of blaming things, like you looking at yourself and not realizing for a while that it wasn't necessarily you causing something, or it wasn't you misstepping in a way. It was just not seeing clearly because you couldn't, for whatever reason, it wasn't an obvious thing to you. So again, having to step into your own sort of energy more, and with the otter here with the peace card, I do feel like this, it kind of took a lot out of you, and part of the reason that you were pushed this way is because something really bothered you. It really bothered you, and you wanted to kind of figure things out. Like, you had to. You were pushed in a way where you had to. And you may have even had to step up for yourself in a way that you haven't, again, had to do in the past. So let's look at your current energy, because this was the past. So let's do current energy. And actually, I want to go ahead and look at the future too. So let's go ahead and pull current first. Queen of Cups in reverse. Ten of Wands in reverse. Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay, and then potential future energy. The Tower in reverse. The Ten of Swords. Whee! We're going to take these two. The Four of Swords in reverse and the Two of Wands. Okay. Bottom of the deck, what do we have? Ten of Pentacles. Okay, Taurus. So what I see here is a lot of inner conflict, and the best way of putting it is just kind of, it's not a stubborn energy, but it is a resistance to something. And that's showing up in your energy. So I'm glad that I actually pulled the future as we were pulling this too, so that I can kind of see. So we have the Queen of Cups in reverse, the Ten of Wands in reverse, and the Seven of Wands in reverse. This has affected you greatly. This is something that you're teeter-tottering between different energies, because we're showing two different energies here. And it makes sense seeing all of this on the table right now. You're teeter-tottering between two different energies for yourself, kind of like, something has made you maybe doubt things, doubt yourself. But then at the same time, there's this energy, like this playful energy right here of like, no, everything's fine. Or feeling like bad and then feeling okay, but it just doesn't make sense. And with this in your current energy, there's something that you haven't broken free from. But I think that it's something that you also, like, there's in your mind, you've already kind of seen something, but you're not able to necessarily stand up and fully cut ties or cut a situation out, if that makes sense. Queen of Cups here reverse with the Ten of Wands in reverse. The Queen of Cups, it's something, again, that has affected you very greatly. And it's almost like you, maybe it's a situation that actually put pressure on you to kind of like not see something. Again, it's a manipulation, so that makes sense. But I'm getting like you felt a lot of pressure, and the situation either meant a lot to you or held a lot of weight for you. You were having to hold a lot of weight in the situation, and it just felt like a lot of pressure. Ten of Wands being in reverse, it makes me feel like there's just so much stress. Again, like you're holding so much of this burden or just this weight of a situation. But I think maybe it's something that you do still possibly kind of wonder if you could have done something different, if that's making sense too. And I'm doubting like the way that I'm speaking, even though that I'm pretty sure that it's coming out very clearly. So I think that there's just doubt here. And it's not it's not your fault that you're doubting yourself. It's because you've been pushed in some sort of way. Um, Kind of confusing. But if you were to speak it out to somebody else, kind of explaining stuff, it wouldn't be quite so confusing to them. But in your own head going through it, it's because that's what I'm feeling. In your own head going through it, you kind of, it doesn't seem very clear. Even if you voice it, it might seem clear, but you still have that doubt. Doubt is a very, very big, very, very big kind of piece to this puzzle. And so again, maybe you were in a situation that was it's messed with the way that you think about yourself. And you actually have to come into a place where being able to stand up for yourself and know that you're powerful. You don't have to be this way. It may be something that you don't feel like that's just how you want to have to be. Or maybe you think that putting up some sort of boundary somewhere is somehow negative to other people. Like, yeah, it could be, but if you're having to do that, there's a reason that you're having to do that. Future, we have the Tower in reverse, the Ten of Swords, Two of Wands, and the Four of Swords. So this is kind of talking about something that needs to fall and it was an inevitable end. We have two cards of endings right here for the future. And again, I see some sort of resistance, but the Two of Wands and then the Four of Swords in reverse, you've got to make a choice to fully commit to severing something. You've got to break free from some sort of energy to be able to heal and move forward. It seems like it's very important. And again, I see you in both energies, but it's committing to that so that you can move forward. Four of Swords being in reverse, you can, it talks about, with it upright, it's talking about taking a break and healing from something. With the Four of Swords in reverse, it can talk about, it's still a necessary time to kind of pause and have a time out, but you have to surrender. You have to surrender to find the peace. So you have to give something up. You have to break some sort of ties. But it's for the better, and it's something that you've already been feeling. I do think, again, that whatever this is has affected you in a way that's like mentally, just caused so much doubt. Maybe you're even questioning like a lot about yourself because of it. In a big way. But again, you're strong-willed, and maybe you haven't also felt like this before either, or seen this in this particular sort of way. So Taurus, what kind of advice do we have for Taurus here? All right, so we have Judgment. Ooh, Judgment and Empress. This is good energy here. What else do we have? So we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. Let's do one more. Taurus advice. And then the Nine of Wands. Okay. And then the overall energy for the advice is the Five of Cups in reverse. So you've been disappointed. Whatever the situation was, it was a disappointment that it ended up in this way, or that it's put you in this sort of position. But you've got to remind yourself of whatever you've seen, or again, you had caught on to that felt unfair and that felt just wrong. It just didn't feel right. And it didn't feel right because it wasn't good for you. And it was something, again, that was like some sort of manipulation. You saw something that you needed to see. And you know what you've seen so far. So if you want to be able to move forward and it's being able to walk away from something and heal from something is super important. But not ignoring the fact that it was a disappointment. So kind of looking at the situation as what it was. There's some sort of need for like a detachment sort of to happen, but also maybe like emotionally detaching from the situation is actually what's going to pull through or to help you pull through, because you kind of need to have that displacement in order to keep yourself thinking straight. So this could very well could be talking about something that made you very happy at one point and had um, some sort of feeling of something that would work very well or something that was very good, but then things started falling apart. Um, but in a way where it was like, again, sneaky. There was like smoke in the mirror, sort of a thing. So yes, it was a disappointment, and you were hurt in some way. This isn't talking about what happened, and exactly, but this is showing the energies of what, the aftermath of whatever happened for you. But it was something that was hard to walk away from, and it hurt you. And again, it makes sense why you would kind of doubt yourself and look to see, well, was this something that actually I caused? But you need to be able to detach from that and work on detaching so that the situation was what it is. And again, I know that I said something about what came through, something like if you speak it to somebody else, they would make perfect sense. And it makes sense here that I said that before, because it's like they're detached from it and they see through everything because they don't have any sort of ties to it. And it's kind of like, no, like what you're saying is this, or this is what you said. And it's so blatantly obvious for them, but it's not for you. So this is one of those situations, again, and maybe you want to talk to people. Maybe that's actually an important thing. When you're doubting yourself, having someone to talk to about it that can kind of bring it back around, that helps you to not doubt yourself as much, to be able to detach and move forward, is what I'm getting for you, Taurus. So, sending you all my love and support. If this did resonate for you, you've got this. Again, do just reach out to anybody that you need to reach out to, that you feel safe with, to be able to talk this through, and kind of keep your head on straight, and stay in your energy and be able to put whatever boundaries you need to be put up and sever whatever you need to sever from somebody else or something else that does not serve you. So thank you for being here, Taurus. Do interact some way with the video, whether it's just liking or commenting to let me know how something resonated for you if it did. And I hope to see you again in the future. Thank you.